Hey, it's Rick Kettner here. Let's talk about how to turn customers into brand advocates in 3 steps. This is a follow-up to a recent video that I published on how to flip the switch from survival mode to growth mode in your business. If you've not yet watched that video, I'll link it up in the information box or down in the video description box below. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to make this transition from having to earn every single customer to switching your business over to an organic growth engine where customers love your products and services so much that they recommend them to other people, and those people come in and buy your products, and you create this virtuous cycle where your business continues to grow. Now, this whole process starts by becoming obsessed with customer satisfaction and customer engagement. So it's all about shifting our focus over from prioritizing short-term revenue to thinking big picture and really obsessing about how much our customers love using our products and services. And it doesn't matter what kind of product you sell, whether it's a physical product, a digital product, an online service, a mobile app, an in-person experience, whatever it is that you sell, the focus here is shifting our attention over to making sure that customers absolutely love what you create, that they use it, that they get the most value possible from it, and that they're likely to recommend it to other people. Now, this transition is not particularly easy to do because if you're super dependent on every month in, month out, quarter in, quarter out, having to chase down and earn new business every single month, every single quarter, and you're consumed with that, then it's hard to make time to really focus on this. And it's also hard to take time and attention away from those things that are continuing to build revenue for your business. But making this transition is critical if you want to have long-term success. And more importantly, as entrepreneurs, we set out to make a difference in the world, right? We create products and services that we want people to love and enjoy. But of course, for some entrepreneurs along the way, and this has happened to me in the past, you get stuck in this pattern where all of a sudden your expenses are slowly climbing, you need to earn more revenue, and every month you just have to, you're forced to focus on attracting new customers. So this is about breaking that cycle. And there's a simple 3-step process for doing this. Step number 1. Identify the core value of your product. Before we can turn customers into brand advocates, we need to get crystal clear on the core value of whatever it is that you sell. It really doesn't matter what you sell. This concept, though, of the core value, this is something that really solidified for me when I read Hacking Growth by Sean Ellis and Morgan Brown. And the idea here is you want to get crystal clear. You want to define that aha moment where customers truly understand the value proposition of whatever it is that you sell. Let me give you some quick examples. Dropbox, the very first time that you share a file with a friend and it works and you're able to upload a file, they're able to download it, you can share it with multiple people. That experience, that's the aha moment. For the Cash App, seeing how easy it is to send and receive money with family and friends. For Instagram, following a few friends and family members and suddenly realizing this is a quick and convenient way to keep up with your social life from anywhere. Another example, just a physical product like a food mixer in your kitchen. The very first time you're able to cook or bake an original meal, whatever it might be, from your kitchen using this product, that first moment where you actually create something with it, that is the aha experience of saying this works. This is going to transform my life in some meaningful way. And finally, one more example, Uber. That moment where not only you order a taxi, but it pulls up, right? You didn't have to wait in a queue. It comes to you. You can track it on the map. That experience and having it actually pull up for you, that's the aha moment. So whatever your business is, and it really doesn't matter what it is, you need to identify this core experience, this core value proposition that you're offering to customers, this aha moment. You need to get clear on that. Now, if you're having any trouble with this at all, number 1, you should be talking to customers. You shouldn't be just making an assumption yourself about what the core value of your product is. And if possible, you want to be looking at hard data like analytics, data like that can actually show you how customers are using your products or your services. If you're having any trouble at all identifying this, then I definitely recommend you pick up a copy of this book. The book covers so much more that isn't necessarily directly related to what we're talking about here, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot of value from the book regardless. And this one concept is really covered thoroughly in this book. So if you're having any trouble, pick up a copy of that book. But once you've identified the core value of your product, it's time to move to step number 2. Make it easier to experience the core value. No matter what you sell, there's going to be friction between the point of discovery, when a customer first realizes that your product or service exists, when they first hear about it, when they first land on your website, when they first hear about it from a friend, whatever it might be, and actually experiencing the core value of your product. And this friction between these 2 points is what you want to reduce or completely eliminate. So you want to be thinking about anything that's getting in the way of customers from when they first discover your product to when they experience the core value. So let me give you some examples of friction that typically is involved in, let's say, digital products. With digital products, having to install an app, having to set up your profile, having to create a password, having to save your password, all these kinds of things are friction. If you can remove them or delay them and allow a customer to experience the core value of your product before going through all these steps, jumping through all these hoops, then that's really advantageous. Physical products, having to order online, wait for delivery, unbox the product, skim the manual, depending on how complicated your product or service is. They might have to actually go through a manual to figure out how to use it. All of these things create friction. And so what you want to focus on here in step number 2 is finding ways to reduce the friction to make it easier and faster for customers to experience the core value of your product. You want to get them from their initial excitement where they've discovered your product to experiencing the core value as fast as possible so they can maintain that excitement. So they're not only excited to use your product, but to share and recommend it to other people as well. So let me give you some examples. With physical products, some potential solutions might be sending them a free training video while they're waiting for the package to arrive. So even before they get their food mixer in the kitchen or before they even receive their guitar that they ordered, whatever it is, you send them a training video so that not only do they know how to use it when it arrives, but they're actually excited and have even greater anticipation for when it arrives. And when it does arrive, they're that much faster to get into the core experience and are more likely to recommend and share it with friends and family. Other examples, let's see here. You could send them, let's say you have a book. You could send them the first chapter of the book. While they're waiting for the physical product to arrive, you could send them the first chapter as a PDF to get them started, to let them experience that first key insight from the book where they're actually excited and realizing this book is going to make a difference in their business or whatever it is that the book is going to help them with. Anything else that you can remove. Another example, this is one of my favorites. If you can invite people to some sort of an online community where other customers of the product participate online and share their own experiences, maybe if it's again like something like a food mixer, they're sharing recipes, they're showing things that they've created with the product, they're showing pictures of it in their kitchen, whatever it might be, right? You want to enable customers to share their enthusiasm and to make that contagious where other people are enthusiastic and where they can't wait for the product to arrive. And when it does arrive, they're also participating in this kind of experience. And you're going to start to see that with a lot of these ideas, it really blurs the lines between customer service and customer support and customer experience with genuine, straight up traditional marketing. You're actually helping people share and recommend the product to other people. With digital products, some pretty simple examples include refining your onboarding process, making it easier to log in, guiding them to their very first core action, whatever it might be to experience your product. Maybe before they complete their profile or get all that kind of thing set up, they can actually watch their first. Let's say you're creating an online educational product. You take them to their first lesson immediately. They can finish their profile later. They can create their password later. They can do all of that later. Streamline your technology so they can get into that first experience as fast as possible. And later, they can set up all these other things once they've got to experience the core value of your product. Other examples that kind of apply to many different products out there, everything from webinars to training videos to local meetup groups, hosting local meetup groups, online communities, running customer contests, making it so that customers, existing customers and new customers have ways to participate with your brand and share their enthusiasm for your product. Really anything, at the end of the day, that makes customers more likely to use your products, get maximum value from your products, and recommend them to others. Those are things that you want to focus on here in step number 2. And of course, the obvious outcome for this, from all of this work, is you are more likely to get positive reviews. You're more likely to get word-of-mouth referrals. You're more likely to get repeat business, whether you sell other products or even if you just sell a single product. People are more likely to come back and buy it as gifts for friends and family. And of course, if you do have more products and services, that's even better because you've created this positive first impression, positive first experience, and they're more likely to come back to you for more products and services. And all of this increases long-term revenue and allows you to eventually get off of the hamster wheel that we talked about at the beginning of this video, where you're having to chase down and earn every single new customer on your own. Let's move on to step number 3. Step number 3 is give non-customers a chance to experience it. For most businesses out there, you could simply go through the first and second steps and you'd be miles ahead of so much of the competition out there, all the businesses out there that just kind of sell their products, sell their services, and just leave it at that. But if you want to take things to the next level, if you really want to ramp things up, step number 3 here, the idea is to extend this value proposition, this whole strategy that you're using with customers to non-customers. So You want to find ways to help people that have never even purchased your products and services, help them to experience the core value of your product, to make it more likely that not only they might consider buying, but that they can recommend your products and services to other people, even if they have not bought. So let me give you some examples of this. Digital products, everything from free trials, training videos, live webinars. My personal favorite is hosting some kind of a freemium option. So if you sell an online subscription service or something like that, creating a free tier where people can experience the core value of your product without ever having to pay money. A classic example of this would be Dropbox. Before you ever have to pay them a penny, you can create a free account, you get 1 or 2 gigabytes of free storage. You can upload files. You can share them with friends. You can experience the core value of their product. Like I mentioned earlier, having this ability to share files online without ever spending money. And then, of course, when it comes time to really upgrade your account or work with other people, create a business account, then you can upgrade to a premium tier where you're spending money. But even if you never spend money, you can help that brand as a customer. When you create a free account, you can end up turning around and promoting that brand to other people that do spend money. So this is a very powerful strategy for not only kind of allowing more people to experience the core value of your product, but also to become the dominant player in a market. Because like Dropbox, so many people out there use Dropbox for free that when somebody's thinking about a cloud service as a pay option, they hear about it from so many other people, and these other people haven't necessarily paid for it. So really, really powerful idea there. Google Suite, another example of this. You can use Gmail, Google Drive, all these things for free. If you want a business team account, you have to pay per user, and you can upgrade things to the next level. Asana does this with their task management app. Many examples out there of this freemium model. Let's go over to physical products. When it comes to physical products, everything from creating free samples, creating a low-cost model. Now, this obviously isn't free, but it opens up the core experience to more people. So if you can create a lower-priced, lower-cost option for people, you can host live demos, you can host local meetup groups, and you can facilitate customers to host their own meetup groups or to simply make it easier for them to share your products and services at their own family gatherings or other things by making it easier for them to use and get maximum value out of your product where they're more enthusiastic about it. But at the end of the day, the whole goal here is if you truly believe in your product or your service, you want to help non-customers get a glimpse of what it's like to be a customer. You want to make it easier for them to experience the core value even before they spend a single dollar with you. And that way they can promote your brand out to other people and potentially turn into customers themselves. But that's the idea here. Let me kind of tie everything together here. So in summary, if you want to turn customers into brand advocates, you need to become obsessed with customer engagement and customer satisfaction. You need to shift from chasing short-term revenue to making customers so happy that you create this organic growth engine where they're attracting more and more customers to your business so that you can generate revenue without always having to earn every single customer on your own. Let's quickly recap the 3 steps. Number 1, identify the core value of your product. Number 2, make it easier to experience the core value. And finally, number 3, give non-customers a chance to experience it. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button down below to let me know. And if you're interested in learning more about business, marketing, or entrepreneurship, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and that you turn on notifications. That way you won't miss out on future videos. If you have any questions about anything that I covered here in the video, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.